What's up YouTube? Today we're going to look at a CEN Mini Madness. Now there's quite a few videos of these running. It's a pretty cool little truck. It's classed as 1/10 scale because it's got a lot of 1/10 scale components, but it is a bit smaller. So let's get some specs on it. First, the weight. We've got that at 1333. And let's look at the wheelbase. So this is, I guess, a mini wheelbase at 185 millimeters. Then let's look at the track width, which is pretty wide. So it's wider than it is long in terms of the wheels, and that's at 26.5. So it's a pretty cool, interesting one. Just rotate it for you. Big monster truck look there in a mini package. Big bumper, and underneath you got this type of axle arrangement and chassis arrangement. Let's pop the body off. Now, this is why I wanted to have a look at these, because it's got a pretty interesting suspension design with its 8 shock absorbers for the 8 shock monster truck era, and an odd arrangement for them with 2 upright ones and then 2 horizontal ones activated by a rocker arm. So if I push this arm, you can see it move, and if I push up the wheel, this is how it moves under suspension loading. So it mainly moves the vertical one. Towards the end of the stroke, it starts to move the horizontal one. And actually the vertical one is hitting its bump stop before it moves the horizontal one. I'm pretty sure you could have just had one longer shock here and achieved the same result. Anyway, this is how they did it. They're not oil filled, they're just friction type dampers. So kind of basic without damping, and no adjustments on them either. The rear arrangement is the same, although note that is requiring the vertical shock to hit its bump stop and then start moving the horizontal one. Let's do a drop test. There you go, no damping, just bouncy as hell. So this could definitely benefit from upgrading those to oil-filled dampers. Right, so now let's look at the drivetrain. Notably, you've got your 540 size motor up high, so this should make it pretty entertaining with that high centre of gravity, and the battery too is significantly high up, so that should aid wheelie type metrics. I'm giving you more dive as well, and body roll. Although body roll doesn't seem too bad, but when I lift the front, you can definitely see under power that's gonna wheelie all over the place, which was probably the intention. It's also only 2-wheel drive with a differential. Some quite beefy hubs here, probably to support that extended axle, which you can see there's just a blatant extension on that, and a relatively low offset wheel, so they really have just stuck the wheel out using a sticking out method, as opposed to having a longer arm that goes into the wheel and a longer top arm, which would have given you like a bit more better geometry on your wheel as it travels. And let's look at that. Now, it's not terrible. I say it's not terrible. Anyway, that's how they've done it. If you look on this side, you can see spare gear with a slipper arrangement, no doubt to tame all the wheelie action, a plastic gear cover, and there must be some internal gears in that gearbox as well. This is for the old type 7.2 volt nickel cadmium stick battery packs. You've got a basic speed controller there, which I think was the one that came with it. Your switch, and then what's this? Another little box arrangement for your receiver, which is there. Then looking over the front, you can see right down through it, you've got a vertically mounted servo with a servo saver here, and that servo saver directly goes onto your steering arms. So that's actually quite a decent way of doing that. Front suspension is also double wishbone, and you've got a fair degree of caster on the front, or kick up. So all in all, these are pretty interesting dynamics you get off this chassis and truck. Definitely prime for a bit of modernisation with a brushless setup and lipo. I can see this being really good fun to play with. And if you watch some of the other videos online of them running, you'll see that this is a pretty fun RC. So there you go, a close-up look at a CEN Mini Madness. Let me know what you think, and if I should get on with modifying this as best as possible.